Mr. Middleton.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, how long have you been in the industry for, and what are your focuses on at the moment?
How long have I been in the industry? I've been in this industry, I would say, professionally speaking, about 5-6 years now. Just freelancing and dabbling in all aspects of design. From graphic design, as far as mixtape cover needs, promotional, business cards, things of that sort, illustration wise, character design wise. As far as art, period, I've been doing art my whole life. If you talk to my mother, she'll tell you Cary's been drawing before he can walk and talk. As far as she says, so it's a God-given talent. My aim with this is to break into the professional realm, more so, either animation or comics, doing storyboards, character design, development of that sort. So that's the ultimate goal. My inspirations in art is honestly so many. I mean, first person I ever seen draw, honestly, was my dad. He wasn't in that field of, animation or illustration. He, if I'm not mistaken, the first drawings I seen of my father's were more architectural. I think he was focusing in on the architect field. And then I had a few cousins. I had an older cousin named Dwayne who also drew here and there. My uncle Lenny, he also drew. But as far as professional, I'd say when I got the comic books, I came in the late 80s, early 90s. So you were talking Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, just to name a few. And then even now I'm still inspired by artists such as LaShawn Thomas, who's worked on the Boondocks, Sean Galloway, better known as Cheeks, who's worked on some great DC stuff. Worked on not Ultimate Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon series. Ryan Benjamin. This list could go on, man. For me, because I've always looked for those to inspire and keep me inspired, along with challenging myself to keep up with those guys in a sense. So. One other artist I have to mention, one of my best friend, Anthony Piper, who is the creator of Trilogy.
And we are a hip-hop based company, hip-hop culture and art magazine.
Right.
And I know you are deep into hip-hop.
Yeah.
Has that culture, blended with your art style?
Oh, most definitely. That's something, I think is key with my style. Is music. And I think you talk to a lot of artists, right. Music is going to be somewhat of an inspiration, either a particular hip hop, or I'm not even going to say hip hop, music artists, music genre, or just music as a whole is going to inspire somewhere. I mean, sometimes, or matter of fact, a lot of times when I'm working, I have to have music playing. My first artist I would have to go to, honestly, would be Rakim. He was just that guy for me. If you really listen to his lyrics, he was one of the first rappers I heard that rapped and didn't curse. Like, I'll just go to the albums and just play it, Next would have to be my man Nas, man. Nas changed the game for me, man. Like, I know there was Slick Rick with storytelling, but for me, I appreciate Slick Rick for setting the bar, but Nas, when he told the story, you close your eyes, you can envision yourself as him. Not to say you couldn't do same thing with Slick Rick, but for me growing up, that was like that guy, boom, of my era, because Slick Rick was so much older, and it was just like, damn, this dude is like really dropping gems at the same time, letting you know how the game is in the streets, and how he's viewing it from his point of view. And then my third, man, it'd definitely be a tie with these two, and this is the top two on anybody's list, Biggie and Tupac. Tupac was a realist, and the storyteller as well, and same with Biggie. It was just, different points. Like people say, well, Pac was for the West Coast. Well, y'all gotta realize, Pac was both. I mean, he a lot of his life was here in the West, but he was very, like, his music was for the East if you really do your research. Mm-hmm. So, those two guys, man, were pretty much detrimental to the game as well, and my sound. The sound I like to listen to, and then if we're going to throw one more, and it's going to be, or two more for me, and these are groups, I have to say definitely the Wu-Tang Clan. Those guys, that's 9, 10 guys you can listen to together and individually and get a vibe. And then if we're going to take it to one more group, man, it's got to be Outkast. Has to be Outkast, man. They changed the game so much, especially as a group and individually, man. Music definitely is instrumental to what I do and my vibe, because I like to keep it kind of an urban essence in my style. But music is definitely going to be key behind a lot of it.
How would you interpret? What would you say your art style is? You said like it's kind of an urban-esque type of feel, but like if you had to really break it down, like if you have to break it into different sections, like what would those sections be?
You definitely gonna see a Japanese anime type vibe, because growing up, my morning cartoons, growing up, Dragon Ball. I would have to get up early get ready for school, and first thing you do is come on TV. First thing that was on for me was Dragon Ball, So you definitely gonna see a westernized blend with a modern blend, which would pretty much be any standard comic book essence to bring to life. Those are pretty much the two styles you're gonna think of when you see my style. But I'm always dipping and dabbling and testing my talents, because I like to have myself kind of be what you'll call a chameleon. Someone wants a particular artist style done or mimic, I want to be able to say I can do that for you. So more so though, it's Saturday morning cartoon mixed with that Japanese anime style together is what I feel as though my style is. But you guys can be the judge of that, checking out my work.
Growing up on the East Coast in Philadelphia, as an artist, personally, what are some of your favorite mediums to go out there and use? Are you strictly just pencil paper, or do you like using other mediums? It could be digital, it could be acrylic, it could be whatever.
I'm a traditional type of guy. First and foremost, give me a pencil, a piece of paper. I can go to work. I feel as though that's where like the hip hop essence is. Give me, the MCs, give me a pen and a pen. I'm gonna go to work, write my lyrics. But that's how I know with the art. Give me a pencil and paper. I'm gonna go to work. But when it comes to, the reason why I think I have to stay traditional in a way is for when that day comes when I'm at a convention and people are checking out my work, and they're like, oh, I would love you to draw me this, and you got to do that right there and then. It's not one of those things, well, I do only digital commissions. I could do the traditional for you here, and if you want a real defined, clean, clear, crystal clear version, I could take that piece, just scan it in to my computer, and then do my work in Manga Studio or Photoshop or Sketchbook Pro, whatever program you prefer. Luckily, I've started to adapt from the traditional to digital world. Now I haven't gone on and fully drawn in digital, but I do cleanup in my coloring work in digital format.
Sure. And Middleton Empire as a company, where would you like that to be in like the next 5 to 10 years, like grow as growth? You know what I mean?
In the next 5, definitely a name for design, but also other aspects. My wife, she's into photography, so I want to be able to branch it out to more than just design. I want to be so in the next 5, just really have that name out there. The same Middleton Empire does quality work. It's they're about their business there, and that's a go-to company to go to when you need it. And then within 10 years, to be that go-to company always. Like, hey, we do it all. You need photography, videography, design. Where I want Middleton Empire to be that one-stop shop ultimately. So, you're a hip-hop artist. You say, hey, wow, I know Middleton Empire does great cover work. Let me hit them up. Ultimately, I want Middleton Empire to just be that name. People say, hey, you want quality work, go to Middleton Empire. You want to get it from them. Dream collaborations, man. Honestly, we're working with Curtis King right now. It's kind of a dream. He's a name out here in Inland Empire. So on the independent side of things, definitely doing this thing. Shout out to Curtis King. But some dream collaborations, man. Honestly, to do some work with, let's say, Hit Boy. Doing some cover work, some design work or something with him. Whole HS 8017. Bigger scale. Man, work with like Pusha T. It's funny because I don't even think I would want to work with like the likes of Hove or Jay-Z or Kanye or anybody. Just some people I've seen some stuff that I think on the avenues and plateaus of just more. Because like to work with somebody with like Pusha T, it would be more than just album cover. It could be working with him with stuff for play clothes. You know what I'm saying? Some design with there. I would love to work with somebody like Pharrell. Because he's more than just a producer. He's an artist. Some of these people I'm talking about, the names I'm going to say are people that I see more than just outside of music. They're artists. They're more than just the realm of that one thing we know them for. But yeah, like honestly, dream collaborations though could be any and everybody. I mean, Noah James. I know of Noah, dope MC. He has a brand. Anyone that's trying to be a brand, no more than just their craft. If you're trying to be more than just your craft, come holler at me, man, because I want to be more than just my craft. But Finesse the Great, shout out to him. Like I said, Hit Boy, Curtis King, Audio Push, my man Kid Money. This list could go on forever too. Comic book and animation wise, man, I would love to collab with and like before I go into this list, I'm privileged to consider some of these people I will name as friends. Like we see each other at cons. It's not the fanboy tip. It's the more same level colleague. You need to be here type tip. Because these guys I see at cons all the time. LaShawn Thomas, Sean Galloway, Brian Benjamin. Let's see, Safford Green, Lord Mesa, John Boy Myers, Alberto Ramos. These names I'm saying, do your research. These are some incredible artists. Man, that list can go forever. But those are probably some of my top guys, and I'm already doing some work with Anthony Piper. So, up and coming current projects. Right now, I'm currently, for the most part, working with Curtis King on some. We've pretty much branded ourselves as Empire King. We're doing t-shirt work together right now. So if you check out his site, CurtisKing.com, you can check out some of the designs we have right now. We have and you don't have the answers MJ shirt, which meshes the infamous time that Allen Iverson crossed over Michael Jordan, and then wearing those Yeezy masks. So we're playing off of kind of the Kanye and the Allen Iverson moments. We have the Curtis King King Jr. T-shirt design we've collabed on, which is basically our favorite baseball player, King Griffey Jr. But Curtis King is King Griffey, hence seeing the King Jr. We've kind of revamped it, so check it out on the site. Upcoming projects I'm working on. I'm currently in development as we speak with a friend of mine, Brittany Wright. She's I didn't know she was a writer, but she's a writer. So we're working on a comic book series called Nobody's Heroine. Also working on developing my own project, Unlikely Hero, which is basically, they're very similar stories, but one's a guy, one's a girl. Hers is a girl version, mine's a guy. But powers are totally different. So, I mean, that's where the uniqueness is going to come in. And the storyline, but they're basically same type vibe. And then, other than that, secret project we won't talk about right now. But, hence, another interview to come. But talking about that one, but definitely something dope on the way on the secret project. But it is a secret project with Untapped Hip Hop. For Untapped artists. Musically, I couldn't give you anything, but
it could be more
overall, it's pretty much the same as far as music, drawing, anything you do. Never stop believing in what you're doing. If you have the passion, if you have the drive to do what you're doing, then continue to do it. Stay consistent. Stay hungry. That's probably the most important thing. The Consistency and hunger are probably the key things for me, because if you're going to stay consistent, you're always going to be on top of your game. But staying hungry for me is just always being ready to go, always saying like, hey, I got to stay 2 steps ahead of this guy, or dang, I'm 3 steps behind this guy. I got to be hungry and catch up to him, and have that drive, because at the end of the day, there's always, trust me, someone watching, someone keeping an eye out. I mean, I can vouch for that, man. That's how I was able to link up and tie in with Curtis King, and that's only going to lead to bigger and better things with these artists of the IE. I salute you all, and just keeping me on my toes with what I want to do. So. Definitely stay consistent, stay hungry, and you will get what you want out of what it is you're doing.
It's always weird, because before the camera's on, it's like what you want to say. Then once that shit turns on, it's like Middleton, Middleton Empire CEO. Running about 150 people in the back right now.
Running slave labor over here.
Yeah.
No, it's a one-man show over here.
Inspiring comic book artist. He's working with names such as Curtis King.